of poverty. Don't forget that the slogan or the platform of the CDC is pro-poor agenda, to keep the people pro-poor. Because since we took over 2017, no one investor has ever been brought here. No one concession agreement has been ratified. It's always loan and loan and loan and loan. So we call upon all Liberians who want liberation from insecurity, who want liberation from economic breakdown. The insecurity is causing investors not to come. Who wants security from corruption? Because when people come to invest, we are told, we know that they can have for kickbacks, so they go back. Those reasons that keep them away are going to be past matter of the past. Okay. So we have all Liberians to join. Okay. This is democracy. This is the time to change.
Okay.
They will call them to join us. But you are disappointed us. You are disappointed us. You are listening to crooks. You are listening to irresponsible people around him, to ill and fasting. I am not somebody you can stand in church and call me a killer, a butcher of dough. Then you're not trying to reconcile, you're trying to open wounds. I respect him, definitely. He's my son. I respect him. And my wife is his family. She has been talking to me every day, Joria. I said, okay, go to Joria. You see, we love him. But he listens to people who don't matter in the country. That men like me who the father of Nimba country. Nelson Mandela was the father of the apartheid South Africa, and he went to jail 27 years. I'm the father of this country because you know the story. There was nobody to stand when the going was rough. So they didn't vote for George. We are 25. He was not established in Nimba. I brought him here. Some of vehicles I made it available for them. Standing on top of my car, lift your hand up. Man, who lift your hand up? She said, this is the man. This is our son. Elect him. And we bless him. When I put your hand up, you cannot curse me. Even if I provoke you, you are the leader of the nation, my friend. From God, who institute government, next to God, here on earth are government.
Yeah.
And when you tell your security, I'm a killer. You didn't know before I fought war, when you fought war, that Bob Marley music went dance, and you can kill. You didn't know that I was supporting you? And you were smart? You will call the elders. The elders, you will tell Sazan Kawa, call the elders of Nimba. Call the elders, I think I still my turn to call my closer Allah Dikanani. But you did not. You were sending people to Nimba with money to insult me. Regional man, our grandson, Jefferson Koji, he will go to Sakapi and call him a war criminal that they are protecting. Let them bring war crime code. Let them bring war and economic crime code. We are prepared for that.
They still work in turn. I'm very sure they'll stay there for you to settle your differences.
It's late. When the member country wants to produce a VP, they got a larger vote, 1.5 in all countries put together in the diaspora. And so they will overwhelmingly turn out. Overwhelmingly. You see, if he want a peace, he will take the phone. You know, president is president. You can't disrespect president, right?
Yeah.
You will take the phone and say, Papi, I want to see you. Papi, I think we need to talk.
So for now to Friday, anything can happen?
No. We are resolved. We are resolved.
For a Nimba County Vice President, in Honorable Jeremiah Kuhn.
Well, don't let it cat out the bear yet. We're smelling something, but we don't. But don't let it cat out the bear yet. So for the sake of our country, this man is now I went through night, sleepless night. I suffered day and night for 4-5 months, making the arrangement. They put Yomi Kanga Lauren one side. She was to be the running mate to the man. And Costa there. Today, they push everybody one side and take Kun. When you put the future, the past into the present, how you move tomorrow? If you make the man disgrace, or it will be good for you. When you turn to the man against our prayer for you to produce vice president, the old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for him. Can he go everywhere? No. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for him. Can he go everywhere? No.
Maybe if there was
President VP, it would be
Yeah, it's a training position.
It's a wish. But they go at the rule. Look at the kind of people that want to go put somebody into office. It's pretty much supposed to care people to induct them into office. Those are the people vetting. And those are the people doing the job. They recommend the people, they're vetting more over the going to induct them into office. Joseph Boakai is very insensitive to the plight of the Liberian people. No, in the first place, President Boakai said he worked in government for 46 years. President Boakai said he worked on Ellen for 12 years. He has not been showing anything that he has worked for 2 months on in government, that he knows governance. Because you cannot appoint people, then you say you are appointing 2 persons to one position, when the other person go for confirmation and in that. What are we heading to? No projecting to loot. People are looters. The thing is, President Boakai said we scorn opportunity. Because basically not working in the government that President Boakai said is scorn opportunity. No, President Boakai just wanted to come. I just got to know that. And he just wanted to come to power to enrich he and his friends. President Boakai appointed one man that is 4 years older than him. When I was running campaign for President Boakai, I used to say to him, there was no security between him and myself. I'm the only person in the world that can say, my man, the president wants you. I said, I don't want to see the president. I don't want to be influenced by anything. Every bad thing George we are brought that we say was bad, they pass it. People are not serious set of people. Yeah, I will tell you now. Yeah, we'll let the crazy man talk. Tomorrow I will see the crazy man was saying it. Look, let me tell you something. When you want to recover asset, you can take my brother that EFF man, my conquest, say, oh, recover asset. You can take the other men that sit down whole day, you know about how many people get good degree, how many people get certain degree. They people already get hit. No people already get hit for people. You think no people be independent? No people be independent? No people the pastor and say are independent. And I got no party. Okay, as long as you went to the pool, the voter registration center and took a card, you get in mind who you want to vote for. You're not independent. Only somebody taking somebody that already got problem with people in government, putting them over in rivalry. They were sacked from the position illegally. It was done illegally. That motive is already there. That mind, they sacked me that time. You know that. The mind is already fixed.
They bring her to go see to the mainland too.
Oh, so the man wanted for you to go see from the web post.
Yeah, he said I'm joining to go see to the web mainland too. They get money into the store. They will go take it from there. I said, my man, how many bars for the same leisure?
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police before the man call me back. Now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal.
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I'll let you be. I'll call you back again."
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
You leave from your working place, you come to the man.
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go Steve. I go to yeah. How you question me? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I say.
When they call you in the net now.
When they call me in the net. Yeah. He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I'm working you tea to carry to
the message. What can you what
tea? How milk tea? How milk tea?
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
with bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of full bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now carry that so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
And see me going to now.
Yeah, I say man.
The man say want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In the Jeep.
In a Jeep. Then they are 2.
A big Jeep.
Yeah.
That one.
Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
I'm just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like you come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, you say when I move from here, I'll free. You say when I move from here, I'll free. You said one talk again.
Exactly.
I wanted to mean who talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, not looking, hi, you looking, hi, looking. Then you want post another more word there again. Why not be looking to the talk? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
The thing is explained to me that you come to get fair. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not there.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, there's things say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. That's why I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
when I give you answer now, then you
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. That's why I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say I can take time
To explain.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
If I tell you things I did in Bagam before you were born, you will feel discouraged. We were the one that stealing chicken here, but today I can't do it. I want to be honest with you people. I don't want to tell you people fairy tale story that you'll go home and do something. I'm being honest with you people.
You said during the youthful days in Bong, you were one person who used to steal chicken.
I'm proud of that too.
And today coming back to tell the Liberian people that you want to have an elected position or occupy an elected position, don't you think someone may refer to you as an old criminal?
And I knew one of me, I would take it. I did it at that time, so I cannot dodge. But what I'm telling you is this: I have been refound, not only by myself, but by God alone.
For being refined, don't you think it will still follow you? This is a political era. Like you can
Let
remember.
me tell you something. If you want me to lie to the people of this country, then I will not do it. I'm telling you factual story about me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it and be able to vote for me. Look, Jesus Christ himself said, only the criminal will be able to preach the Bible and understand it better. Okay? Why do you think Jesus made that remark? Because he knew there would be criminal in the world. Look, if I go to steal chicken today, you'll put hanger on me and try to read me in Bagan.
Are you making this statement to get the vote of the young people who these days are called Zogos and Zogis?
Or to maybe seek forgiveness?
Let me tell you, I'm making this statement to identify myself and where I come from, the struggle I went through, so you can build your life from there as younger generation and know there is hope in the future.
Distinguished colleagues, this is a two-faced issue.
This is a critical issue in this country, and we must stand up and speak the truth. Because for you to use the fact that prior to printing, it means you already tell me print. But before you print, come back to me. There is nothing in our paragraph that indicated that money should be printed.
The essence of this exercise, the essence of this exercise is to know the facts. Everybody will have the opportunity to ask questions if you so desire.
Good afternoon. Oh, yes. It's on a Monday, the 25th of March 2024. On a bright and sunny Monday here in Monrovia. Good afternoon from wheresoever you're following us and however you're listening to us. Welcome to another edition, another brand new week, and another fascinating edition of the program, The Freedom Hub. It ramps up to 6 o'clock, and here we discuss too many issues, politically, or whatever it is. Once it borders on the interests of our country, trust us, we are there. Oh, yes. On today's edition of the program, the name is HAGGAI GONDAH. I'm seated here up to 6 o'clock tonight. Guess what? Coming up very shortly at 4:30, we play host to our former Montserrat County District 8 representative. Honorable Akaras Moses Gray has accepted to sit with us here to discuss too many issues. Oh yes, it's been close to 60 some odd days since the president, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai, got inaugurated as Liberia's president. Too many things have happened. Some are terming as a political witch hunt. We see people being replaced unlawfully. Some are taking flight to the court. And the rate of prohibition has been issued by the Honorable Supreme Court. Latest among them is Honorable Yeke Yakpawolo Koluba. Again, is in the media since Friday. And just this morning, he had to appear on one of our sisters program, or sister radio program. And that debate was expanded. The debate about the coupon, 4,500 allegedly as bribe by the executive branch of government to ensure that the Speaker of the Fifth House of Legislature, especially the House of Representatives, is removed. And the Montserrat County District Lord Maker has said he's prepared to put on the floor of the House of Representatives a bill for impeachment. He's the second person coming up with this. The last time we heard Montserrat County District 9 representative who talked about the impeachment of President Joseph Newman Boakai. And again, they say where there is smoke, or where there is smoke, there is fire. So as to whether that is something that will happen, whether the president has done enough actually to get him impeached, and what is his take on the coupon, the issue of the coupon. Honorable Akaras Moses Gray is going to sit with us here up to 6 o'clock this evening to talk about these plus many other issues. Oh yes. So not to forget, play the Freedom Cash giveaway. I'm here up to 6 o'clock. All you do is dial *799#. You okay? Give a chance to load. And when they open, the options open, you select 11 for Freedom FM. And you stand a chance to win instantly $2,500 Liberian dollars right here. So we're taking a break. Crime Stoppers Liberia is proud to be associated with this. And man, Sam Sion, the man who has done enough to gain the confidence of Liberians to become Montserrat next senator, is the chief executive officer of Crime Stoppers Liberia. So yes, we will take Crime Stoppers right here. When we come back, we talk not much to talk about here. Yes, we will just say and try to pinpoint some of those issues, some of those things happening. And yes, when Honorable Akaras Gray come here, he will dive more into them. Yes, that is why we are here. So all you do is sit back, relax, invite more to listen, more people to listen, so that the message can reach across, because he's a tough talking person. And yes, he never disappoints when it comes to issues like this. So yes, we will have him here. He has consented. Just before coming on, I had to speak with him. And again, he confirmed that he's going to be here at 4:30 today. Let's go for Crime Stoppers Liberia.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it. I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. It's a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stoppers Liberia is proud to be associated with Freedom Hub right here on Freedom 87.9. So yes, welcome to it. If you're just joining us, my name is HAGGAI on the Monday's edition of the program, the Freedom Hub right here. Like we said, too many things to talk about, and to help us to discuss some of those issues, we've invited former Montserrado County District 8 Representative Honorable Akaros Moses Gray, who has consented to sit with us right here to talk about issues that brought us on the interests of our country. And just today, Honorable Koluba, after he left the, how they can call the show, say on the OK Morning Rush, after he left this morning, he had to, as part of what Clarence said this morning, was that when he take that check or the coupon, when he take the coupon back to GeoMark, they were not going to accept and give him those items that are mentioned on the coupon. And when he left, he thought to go and try. He went there with some lawmakers. Honorable Sina Norman went with him. And again, just what Clarence said became reality when the guy, I don't know whether it was the very white guy who said yes when the last Friday when Honorable Koluba went there, the guy who said yes, that coupon was issued under his signature, and Honorable Koluba could go there and take any other thing that is worth $4,500. Today, that was something on the contrary. And just this morning, again, we heard lawmakers who were involved into that, or whose names were mentioned. We heard them speaking, trying to make their side clear. And the good thing is, all of them were on record. All of them, the Honorable Koluba and all those lawmakers that called this morning were on records. And so with that, we got to understand what it was like. So we are still doing this thing. We are following up. We are doing investigation on it. And once anything spark up, we will inform the public. And this is going to be one way that you Liberians will get to understand some of those people you elected. You stood under the sun, you stood under the rain, you campaigned for them, you got them elected. So you will get, the Bible says, by their fruit we shall know them. So all of what they said to you before, all the promises, all the things that they said to cajole you to get your vote, now is the time to bring those things to fruition. So whether they are going to live by their promise to you, this is one way you will get to understand, because those lawmakers, they called this morning, some said, no, what Honorable Koluba was saying is not true, it's far from reality, and some said, yes, that was something that they actually heard, and yes, they are aware of it. So we are continuing this investigation, and the good thing is Honorable Koluba has said he's going to invite or he's going to write the plenary of the House of Representatives to ensure that they can invite the Minister of State, who will come and explain to the people, representative, on what this thing was like. So as to whether the issue of budgetary allocation or that issue of the coupon, whether it was part of the budgetary allocation that was done for the House of Representatives, and if yes, why is it going to only a few groups of people, people who quote unquote are in line with maybe the Buakai's thought and mandate? These are people who are going to benefit from it. These are things we are going to be talking about. And the good thing is, yes, it's 4:30. And we want to be very punctual. So I'm going to put our next camera on so that you see who is our guest right here. Yes. He's Honorable Akaros Moses Gray, a former representative, immediate past representative of District 8 in Montserrado County. He's here. Honorable, what's up? Welcome.
Thank you very much. I don't know whether you get me.
Yeah,
but thank you very much. And
it's
a pleasure being in the studio as usual. Yeah.
So let's just take this break. Let's take this break quickly while we do some adjustment. Yes, and get Honorable Gray here on the microphone live for you so that you can listen. Yes, we are going to have straight. I hope you prepare 1 hour 30 minutes. We are here to talk about issues that are affecting our country. And again, let me say, welcome once again.
Yeah, I want to say thank you very much. And it's great that we are on your show today. Is a usual routine to be invited to these all-important programs, food for thought, so to speak. And I want to say good evening to the people of the Republic of Liberia, and I also greet those people across various continents who are on our voice today and listening to us. But I'm excited to be here.
You've always been that quiet appearing person. I wanted to say you appearing quiet, but again, when I sit and imagine some of the times I interact with you, except on political rally where you have to be sometimes robust in your speeches and things, you appear a bit quiet. And you left government at least 2 months ago. And now in private life, how is private life with Honorable Gray? People thought you could not live without government.
Those are people who don't have the capacity to think properly. Because the first thing is that like any other child going to school amongst one of the brightest in the history of the country. So we have different backgrounds. Interestingly, with my wealth of experience in the legislature, just alone, it puts me in a stronger position to attract international jobs. Besides that, being in the private sector, I've always said, you don't talk much about what you do for yourself. A lot of people just talk, and talk. Those who know exactly what they do out there privately, outside of government, they don't talk much. I'm one of those who don't talk much about what I'm doing in the private sector, what I've been doing in the private sector of the Republic of Liberia. So some people, when they get to realize, they say, what? So you don't have to shout. Those who think that a government job is the end to their life is dangerous. That's why the presidency of the country was given out with a vote difference of 17,000 with the mass problems that were in Nima County alone. And the CDC fought a challenge. We had a great rerun because they were rerun in part of Nima County. You know about that.
Yeah, sure.
And some other areas. So when they affected the legislative election, it affected the presidential election. And we could overcome that. But we decided that the chaos of the state is not important for us. Okay. What is important for us is the peace and stability of the country. That's what is important, to maintain the peace and stability. So we are here. We live in Liberia. We were born here. During the war, many times we were in Liberia when bullets were flying. Other people escaped. Some are strangers. after government job, after a particular government leave the country to live outside Liberia. But we are here.
This is not the meat of our conversation, but I would like to know, District 8 was a district or is a district that you so much hold to your heart, and you've always wanted the best for that district in terms of representation. We put in a couple of days after 2 months now since the inauguration. Your colleagues who got elected newly took some, if not 3 weeks after 2 months now. But looking at all of the things, now your district, the district is so dearly loved. Looking at the current representation, how do you think? What do you think about it? Is this something that you thought of? What's a greeting of the
I
representation?
think I've always said that is fair enough to provide him the breathing space. It's fair enough that those who show me respect for the last 12 years should provide the same courtesy to him. I know a lot of people have been calling me, some expressing regrets, some of the situation that occurred at the Capitol building, the quote unquote, 4.5K, that is $4,500 and all of those things.
What happened to that?
Yeah, no, I mean, they've been concerned about that, the former representatives, Rufus Novet, Akaros Grade, the kind of position they heard, the status they brought the district, it making it a very concentrated political district. And the entire focus came on District 8. Some are concerned about whether some of those committees, why is it that the representative didn't push forward to chair some of those committees, to keep the morale, the prestige of District 8. But again, like I've told people, providing the opportunity, he's a newcomer, a young man, he will make some mistakes, trust me. Yeah, but they accept that those mistakes should not be ingrained to the extent that will create a problem in the district. But he will learn if he wants to learn.
So, with that being said, too many things since the inauguration of Ambassador Joseph Newman Boaka as President of the Republic, ranging from the appointments made in government, some of which are being done at tenure positions where people are serving current tenure with maybe 2-3 years left on their tenure. Let's first of all look at the appointments made by Ambassador Boaka, because that is the setup of a government. That would tell you where the government is running to and how Liberians will see themselves in the government. The breed of appointees, how you consider that?
The first thing, the onset of the government is marked by ineptitude, incompetence, gross disrespect for the rule of law.
You're talking about Boaka, who got all the experience.
Let me repeat. Ineptitude, incompetence, and gross disrespect or violation of the constitution and legislation of our country. When we talk about ineptitude, in the sense that people are appointing people to 2 positions at the same time, bearing the signature of the President of the Republic of Liberia. That is administrative ineptitude. It's serious administrative ineptitude. I don't want to use all of harsh words, but administrative ineptitude is sufficient enough. Not only that, the president himself has complained about people swapping his appointments, and no action has been taken. Okay, that is maximum administrative ineptitude. People have been appointed to positions, specialized positions, where they have no knowledge. There are certain positions that are specialized positions. Every position is not just administrative. There are some positions that you need. For example, they will say you need a geology at this position, and you have to put a geology there. Okay, so some of the people who have been appointed, okay, they've been misplaced. They don't bring any kind of experience to the table in terms of a specific piece of job. Secondly, people are running government as if to say they're not working government. You don't run government on the basis of emotions and sentiments or being vindictive. This is the most vindictive government I've seen in my lifetime. Vindictive in the sense that At every land ministries and agencies of government here, people have been witch hunted. Now, the gross disrespect for the rule of law, for the issue, for the constitution, legislation. This president has over 40 years experience in government. All he knows from the time 1972, 73, he got a bachelor degree. All he knows has to do with government. Therefore, for this president to preside over the passage of 10 positions for 12 years under Ellen Johnson study as the presiding officer of the Liberian Senate and sign onto those documents, those transmitted letters between the executive and the House and the legislature, because the vice president has to sign those documents going to the president for final approval, like bills. So, for him to sign and agree that there should be 10 positions, okay, because you want the independence of certain entities of government, and come back to dismiss people on the basis of not wanting 10 position, and also on the basis of legal advice of providing an argument that people violated 5.8 of the Code of Conduct that talks about political campaign and political management, and they don't have due process. You can just go dismiss somebody or trial, no due process. This president announced for many provisions of the Code of Conduct to be implemented. The president announced that he will establish the office of the ombudsman.
That has not been established.
That has not been established. So on which basis are you removing people? You say they participated in elections, so you decided to remove them. On which basis? Is there a complaint? What's the barrage of evidence that have been paraded against them? Because there are punitive measures that should be taken, not just dismissal. Okay, if I not even dismiss and they just
some are
appointed.
saying they were
No.
seen wearing party t-shirts.
If this is the argument, there's a strong counter argument.
What is that?
And that's what I said as the trend of being vindictive, gross disrespect for the rule of law. I will tell you what is that. Now, 5.8 of the Code of Conduct, in that 5.8, at the closing point, it speaks to the issue of political campaign and political management. Political management is when you manage a political institution, when you also manage campaign, for example, a political institution. Now, the Secretary General of the ruling party is managing the Unity Party as I speak to you as Secretary General of the Unity Party. The chairman of the Unity Party consistently manages the affairs of the Unity Party and other executives, national elected executive committee members of the Unity Party, who are today appointed by Joseph Boakai. If the argument is about removing people for political campaign, then you also have to remove people for political management, because the Code of Conduct is not restricted to political campaign. It also says political management. So you can't be the senior government official and managing. Because under the Code of Conduct, there's nothing written that when 10 position people campaign, you should take the jobs from them. No, I challenge anybody.
What is the punishment?
No, it says, let me tell you what it says. The Code of Conduct 5.8, you need to read it. Probably I can send it to you.
Yeah.
5.8 is very clear. It says officials and employees of government. Let me repeat. It says officials of government and employees of government should not get involved. So it's not restricted to 10 positions. Even employees, civil servants. So take, for example, Darlington Smith, who worked at the CSA. There are vast pictorial evidence of campaigning for Joseph Boakai, not just wearing the private media, but dancing the songs and campaigning publicly. He was an employee under our administration at the CSA. Today he's appointed by Joseph Boakai. So if you can go for people who you perceive to be seditious, thinking that they violated the Code of Conduct and there's another violation by their own partisan, and you don't like that's political witch hunt. The law is clear. It says officials and employees of government. So all the employees of government who campaign for the Unity Party should not be employees of government today.
we are quoting law. We're not quoting imagination. I am the chief sponsor of the code of conduct. Today, when Joseph Boyka talk about access declaration, is because I sponsor that law. It's not Joseph Boyka. Today, when Joseph Boyka talks about the issue of jobs for public officials, is because we say public officials in the code of conduct should not get involved into the usage of illegal substance. It's just neither one person to say that. Today, when Joseph Boyka speaks to the issue of nepotism, it's because I sponsor the bill on nepotism and place that in the code of conduct of fulfill Article 90C of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. So I'm speaking exactly from an informed position on the progenitor and the chief sponsor of the bill, they call the code of conduct, that they are using to abuse office, that they are using to wish on turning position people, but they refuse to go after employees of government under the CDC administration who campaign openly in Unity Party paraphernalia. That's 5.8 of the code of conduct. Today is an inherent contradiction that the code of conduct under 5.8 political management, the Unity Party officials should not be appointed. To be appointed, you must resign.
And none of them are resigned.
None of them. They are still managing in 5.8 fans on political management. The reason why we put political campaign and political management, because we know that some people will campaign. We know that some other people, they would manage the parties. And probably in those positions, there could be some problem. But the way to deal with that is to establish the office of the ombudsman, where complaints and evidence will be provided. And that office will make the necessary recommendation. That's why the president, in the State of the Nation address, announced that the office of the ombudsman will be established. Instead of waiting to establish the office of the ombudsman, and these complaints are filed to the office of the ombudsman, the president is violating the Constitution on the doctrine of being vindictive against a group of people in the society. That a country that is divided by 17,000 votes, let me repeat, a country that is heavily divided for election with 17,000 votes, it could be less than every, in fact, less than every district in Montserrat County. Less than every district in Montserrat County. It shows that this country is divided, and Boyka should be bringing the country together. It should be uniting the country, then running after people.
And that brings me to my next line of question. During the campaign, we listened to Unity Party partisans calling the now president a unifier, a man with experience and everything you think about to run the state and the affairs of this country. Looking at his level of work since he got into office, the dismissal of people, and even at various ministries and agencies. Just the other day, we were talking about 123 persons being dismissed from the Ministry of Transport and other ministries and agencies, dismissing people because, quote unquote, of their political alignment with the former president George Weah. We listened also to the president talking about investigating the AFL to ensure that people who were pardoned by the former president in his capacity as president, he pardoned them. Now the president is saying, the current president is saying, no, you want to conduct investigation to see whether those people really deserve to be pardoned. Looking at all of these things and judging from the statement during the campaign, do you really think that the president is working in line with the thoughts and the expectation of Unity Party partisans?
It's unfortunate that if a president grants an executive clemency, like to some guy, for example, okay, after being found guilty or investigated, and then you say you want to look into it again. There's no legal justification when a president grants an executive clemency, then you notify the executive clemency. Yeah, no president can notify another executive clemency. That's why I talk about administrative ineptitude and incompetence. Because take, for example, the legal advice. Take, for example, like the EPS director. The EPS director is a DEA officer. I must admit, he's one of the best trained abroad DEA officers. He knows nothing about executive protection service. He's a pure novice. In Liberia, they will say, You know, he's a no-co.
I know nothing.
Yeah, he know nothing about the EBS. The most dangerous thing is to begin to take armed men, dismiss them, redundant them, create scheme against them, especially those people that only know how to use the guns. The AFL, the Freeport, the police, the EPS. You know, the wrong thing to ever do in this country is to target a group of people. That's the wrong thing to do. Like I've said to someone, and these are early warnings. The popularity of former President Weah is unprecedented. You know, I listened to Jonathan Pelleri when he said Weah is a populist leader. It means a lot. Those of us who go to Europe know who is called a populist leader. Okay, the love is a strain. The commitment by the people is a strain. You don't go after those kind of leaders, especially because you want to be vindictive. I'm not talking about on the basis of the law. Because you want to be vindictive. It's dangerous for the stability of the country.
What's your
you establish an assets recovery committee, and you put politicians and advocates who have advocated against a regime, who bears malice against a regime. What way Martin the head? Martin, I know Martin very well. Martin was seeking political asylum that the CDC wanted to execute in the government. And you're taking and making asset recovery head. That is a recipe for wishing. You take the little boy Martin Colley, who went in self-proclaimed exile, for example, and write every day against the administration, individuals. Then you are caught up in his own web. Okay, and you put him on assets recovery. You take somebody who have been to court 1 or 2 times on clandestine operation, one man that runs an airline. Okay, they themselves assets need to be recovered for them. But the issue there is that you can't form a group that is very political, that campaigned openly for you, and not only did they campaign for you, but they were bad-mouthing other people and calling for sanctions on them, so they will come back to indict those people. Once they send Akawas Green as a thief, they have to establish, they have to prove a point. So the credibility of the assets recovery team doesn't go well. Not only that, how do you want to recover assets of a country that got its independence in 1847?
The team requested
Was
for
established
1.9 million.
Yeah, was established the country's political foundation as far back as 1822. Some people related to 1821, but 1822. All of these things that have been happening in the country. And then you target the immediate administration. And you govern this country for 12 solid years. There are credible international reports by international satisfied bodies on credible international satisfied organizations who accuse the Burger-led administration of 12 years of the wastage of the resources of our country, for example. Bogus agreement of the exchange of bribes. You know the history of the Nogos Gate, for example. The history of Big Brother 1, Big Brother 2, for example. The history of basilicas, mansions being constructed on the past administration. The history of acquisition of millions of Liberian dollars taken out of the country and put into foreign banks across the world on the 12 years. Before the 12 years, from Tobo, Samuel do all the way. There are records for somebody to restrict assets recovery to an administration that you went into battle with, that you fought with. And there are historic group of thieves from the last 12 years. Historic group of thieves from the last 12 years before we came to power. The Liberian people spoke about that. There are mansions constructed from the Single Bell all the way to Ralphie. From Raleigh all the way to Kakata. Some of these people were assistant ministers. Some were deputy minister of lands, mines, and energy. Some of them now work for social money. So open the assets recovery up, go after every Liberian, and no, let me tell you one of my indifference I had with John Moore when he was talking about assets recovery. I know he's a nice guy, trust me today. But I said and I predicted that Moore will not work with Joseph Boyka in this government. The reason is simple. Moore has said that the Ellen Johnson-led government, where Joseph Boyka was vice president, was treated as corrupt as the Brown administration without doing a single audit. Then he did a lot of audits. He knows the damaging things. He knows about the kind of assets that others don't have under the 12 years. Does he feel comfortable to only look and go after CDC people? So the past administration.
Some will say
but the danger here also is that what they are failing to realize, there are people working in the past administration who got appointed. Some of them in the legislature who are still there. One is vice president of the Republic of Liberia. How dare you? How do I sit? Look at me. And look at people running after me or running after a sedition. And I know those who are running after you are criminals. I know those who are running after you sample state resources. Joseph Boyka has said no, don't audit the NSA again. Why? Because they just passed some money through the NSA.
Some will say it was the responsibility of the CDC government to have audited the past regime for the last 12 years. So why didn't the CDC government do that?
I think what the CDC government didn't do, they didn't implement many of the audit reports. But the GSC did a lot of audits. The CDC government was audited up to 2022. You need to go to the website of the GSC. That's the statutory body for audits. Nobody running away from audit. We're not even discussing audit yet. Audit does not mean you are guilty. A lot of people don't know to audit someone how you spend the money, how you use the money. It doesn't mean you are guilty. The assets recovery, let me tell you, asset recovery is not a joke. You need specialized people. You need strong international people. You need credentials. You need ministerial conduct. And I will tell you this to you. I will tell you this to you. You run this radio station. You may be just a talk show host. And you make $1,000, and you build a house that costs $100,000. They got to, if they want to investigate, they got to establish that you use this radio station money. The audit is not going after all the money maybe somebody gave, or other thing. The audit is not the audit now. The assets recovery is for the misuse of government funds and government properties. So you got to establish that an assistant minister took the government money. You got to see the trail. They're not joking thing people doing here, people passing around. The first thing is flawed. They don't have the credit. They don't have the credential. They don't have the expertise. They are zero. They have no experience in it. They've done it nowhere around the world. They are zero. The experts were left up and Boyka appointed people to wish on other people. I'm not afraid of assets recovery. I don't own a single thing that belongs to the Liberian government. Maybe besides the passport. I don't own a single thing that belongs to the Liberian government besides the passport that they gave to me. Okay, not my homes, because no minister under 12 years made more money legitimately than a lawmaker in 12 years under Ellen. You know, lawmakers are paid more than ministers. So if a minister who worked under Ellen for 12 years build a $500,000 and I build 150,000, and you want to take my house? I made more money than them. We have prima facie. They're not coming after me. They're not even. They can't even dare dream of that.
So in case they're having to come after you,
it's not possible.
In case.
Why should I go? They will shoot me.
So are you willing to resist the law? That because the president,
there's no law.
The state.
The first thing is that the president, the president to establish an assets recovery team and give it certain powers. What the scope of operation, for example? What the legality? Disrupting the LSCC function. Disrupting the function of the Ministry of Justice. The assets recovery team was not created by an act of the legislature. You heard, I think some people or the institution raised the issue about the access recovery thing issue. The first thing here, the GSE, not the GSE, the GSA. But the act that created the GSA is the custodian of government property. Any access recovery thing, any government property, like what Rawa Wisi is doing now for the GSA. Okay, you can set a checkpoint, they have that authority, and they see government vehicles, they can take it. They see accounts great to government furniture, for example, from the office, they can get a court order to search and get it out. That's the GSA function. The GSA is the custodian. The GSA has the authority to retrieve government property. So the creation of the access recovery team has some usurpation, usurping the functions of other entities created by the legislature. And one of the civil society organizations flagged that issue. They flagged that issue. So you have to use the bullet. You have to take the police to tear gas me in my house, shoot me, before you can get me there. You have to use guns. You will fire. So you break down my doors.
With all that you've said,
because I'm telling you, I will not surrender to an illegal entity created by the mouth of the president.
The president is the head of state.
No, the president is the head of state. The president is not the maker of the law. There are legislation that created entities like the LCC, like the GSA, for example, like the GSC, for example, like the Ministry of Justice, for example. So the legal luminaries or advisors to the president should have sat and look at all of these existing laws and say, if we want to form an access recovery team with the mandate of retrieving government property, do we have the GSA that has that responsibility to retrieve government property? Should we take that function and give it to the access recovery team? Those are the questions that should have been answered before the pronouncement. You form a group of people who have been battling on Facebook, on radio stations, they're accusing you, and they want to prove that you are a thief. I expected by now the Ministry of Justice and the LCC, they should have invited J. Marks. They should have invited the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. They should have invited Yaka Koluba. These are people who fighting corruption in the country. For a lawmaker to go to a man at J. Marks and say that your signature here, that the minister so take material and say yes. And I hear lawmaker then calling some of them now saying that you get lying. The man who take the material from the man say the coupon is legit.
Looking at
then the minister of state should have been effectively suspended pending investigation because it's embarrassing to the office of the president.
Who you think should
when a budget, the president should suspend the minister of state.
Why? The action of the minister of state was supported or is being supported by the president. Do you think the president will want to take?
If the president doesn't support it, the president should suspend him pending investigation. But if the president supports that, the president will not act. So it justifies and legitimizes the accusation by Yeke. The accusation has prima facie. What do I mean by that? The guy at JMark authenticated it. We all know government purchase from JMarks. He said, yes, this coupon is for you to take $4,500 worth of material.
But he denied that. He denied that today. He said the guy from JMark denied that it was not issued by his.
But did you listen to him?
I listened last Friday, but
and what did he say?
This morning, last Friday when I listened,
what did he say?
He confirmed that yes, it was issued by his institution or his business.
Okay, he confirmed that it was by his business institution. That's where, in fact, you can know that he is a liar. He's a thief. For the fact that you will admit, nobody point you on a gunpoint. He admitted that the institution issued it. That's where the LSCC should come in now, the Ministry of Justice. But Buckeye appointed the Minister of Justice. The LSCC is there. They should come up. It's a grave, it's tantamount to impeachment of the president for bribery. Because guess what? The legislature has admitted that for office furniture and facing of the office, they allocated 5,000 US for every office. For the presidency to take extra vote, it's not the responsibility of the presidency to do that.
That could be done through kind gesture.
Excuse me, there is nothing called kind gesture to the legislature in terms of putting furniture. It should be placed in the budget. No. No. It's something that you're going to renovate a government office.
But we know lawmakers who have renovated their own offices at the Capitol building. The president will say
no, but there's allocation of 5,000 for every office. So if you went above,
do you think that is sufficient enough?
No, if you went above the 5,000, it's your liability. That means you want to be.
So maybe that's the liability the president wants to come in to fill in that gap.
Is that the function of the president?
Based on friendship now.
Where the president taking the money from?
The man serving government 40 years. You just spoke about that.
No, Joseph Bogan saying he broke and live on loan. But then what the minister? Okay, if that is the case that he have money, what the minister of state has to do with it? The president points no money. The minister of state should be there. The president points no money. If you claim that a personal money, that the minister of state function to distribute the president personal money and get coupon. Lawmakers, I admit this is a grave offense. Look, let me tell you this. If this was the CDC-led administration, but then they're asking we have to step down. If this was the CDC-led administration, but now people in the international community who have been raising concern, I'm disappointed.
Why you think so?
Now, let me tell you why I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in our partners,
including
especially the U.S. Embassy. Let me repeat. Everything in the we are government, almost every month, the U.S. Embassy was issuing a statement. People died in Kinjoya. People were killed. There are a lot of killings going around in Liberia every day. Every day. People die in Liberia. If not from accident, then someone kills someone. If not from fire disaster. The extrajudicial killing. The embassy is mute. The embassy cannot sit and criticize an administration for similar excesses by their definition. They can't talk today. It's an embarrassment. I don't owe no apology to anybody. You know me. I don't owe apology. The embassy needs to talk. The country is degenerating into chaos. The nation is degenerating. People are better. Even those who won the election are better. They are Washington. People are being shot at, extrajudicial killing, execution by the police. Oh yes, people have demonstrated across the country. Serious accidents across the country. Their bodies are floating in the streets almost every day throughout the country. The embassy remains mute when there's a grave allegation at this critical juncture, accusing the office of the president with prima facie document, and we've not heard all the group, the civil society organizations, the religious community that were very critical on CDC administration. Where are the reverends? Where are the bishops?
Some would think that Honorable Koluba, judging from his past, that statement could just be one way that he will want, because he has been going some way harsh with the president since his inauguration. Looking at the evidence, some would say maybe it's not substantial enough to.
No, they should be calling for investigation. They should be demanding that. That's what you do. You're not holding the statement of law and gospel. That's why we call for investigation into the matter. There should be, because the U.S. government is concerned about bribes. People were sanctioned because they claim that they took bribes. Yes, people were sanctioned by the U.S. State Department and the Moniski. People were sanctioned. There were early warnings. They were being greatly involved into the domestic politics of the country to the extent that the viewer of the BBC interview the past United States ambassador, McCarthy. And McCarthy said the relationship with Liberia and with the freedom of expression, that's why God them speaking, the way they spoke. So it's time. We got civil society organization. We have the religious community that were very robust and vocal. People are dying. What's the condemnation of the execution of people in Kinjal? Where's the condemnation by them? Where are they? Are they in cahoots When Boyka is appointing some of them to boards. Oh, yes. I remember when Ellen appointed the bishop of AMU. The bishop didn't just slip from a man. The bishop had to resign. But Boyka is appointing pastors. He appointing other people. Go to the boards. Go to other areas. So they wanted a job from Boyka. That's why they were criticizing and trying to bring the CDC-led administration of public disrepute. A crime yesterday committed, if it was bad yesterday, similar crime today must be bad. Look at the defensive posture that those who call themselves the Messiah are putting out. Even when there are people steal, they say they steal. That's deeply how Liberia is being divided. And people joking. When the genocide occurred in Rwanda, in 3 months' time, 1 million Rwandese were killed because the situation was being compounded. And people were just looking at the arrow in Liberia is hot. I'm not saying there will be a genocide in Liberia, don't get me wrong, we all want peace. But the arrow on it is hot, and on top a PS cold. The guys are rubbishing the government and the people of our country speedily. That's what they are doing. And this is dangerous for the survivability of the state. And if one group of people, I will tell you this, if one group of people feel aggrieved and cannot have a solution through the rule of law to their grievances, sometimes they take other options. In 1980, when those people, the 30 men, were executed beyond the barracks, their children fled the country. Many of them feared that the regime, the American Liberian hegemony for 133 unbroken years, were crumbled to a military takeover. Those who affiliated and associated fled into exile. They brought some coups. By 1989, they succeeded in a bloody revolution. Again, when Chancellor took over in 1997, other people felt uncomfortable and fled the country. By 1999, there were rebel incursion to Guinea, into Liberia. We are reading of history. Today, Boyka has taken over. The act of witch hunt to cause other people to flee into exile is a dangerous thing for the country. I'm not saying it will come with armed struggle. Okay, when Charles D. King went to election, as you can recall vividly, the opposition felt aggrieved. They felt cheated, they fled the country. They lobbied with the international community and the charged his government for slave trade. Found out that they were caught, a vice president caught in the forced labor. Charles D. King and Nyanse had to resign. That government crumbled. Joseph Boyka is treading a dangerous path because for some of us, we cannot leave Liberia. We'll defend our security over life and blood. We'll never escape this country. This is where our neighbor stream is buried. This is where we're born. This is the country we know. And this is the nation that the Liberian cliche will see. This is the country we can never be deported from. They are making a mistake to keep witch hunting our people at every land ministries and agency, to reach out to the former president and doing the same, to begin to chase our people, to begin to take that daily breath from their mouth, ordinary masses, not a carrot's gray, and you feel comfortable, and you violating our laws of the Republic of Liberia, and believe that we run away from this country, and believe that Liberia belongs to a particular group of people. This is wrong, and this is an early warning that I'm providing. And like I said in 2011, I said to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, if Ellen needed a better Liberia, we will not revert to Butu and Kample, but seditions will govern seditions, and unity partisans will govern unity partisans. We are reaching that point to make similar statement. I can guarantee you that I have no regret in the history of my existence. Wow. Because when my people that I fought for for 12 solid years, 18 years, fighting the Dracos of the Unity Party and succeeding by producing the president. And now they've taken power to go after our people for a group of white-collar rogues to think that this country belongs to them. They are mistaken. I can tell you that no political party in this country has the number more than the CDC. I can guarantee you that. We'll not plunge this country into chaos. Let me repeat. We'll not use extra constitutionality. No, or extra constitutionality, we'll not use that. We'll not do that. We live in the conference of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia and apply every provision of the law to self-protect ourselves and all legislation of the Republic of Liberia. Parker must know we will not run and will not escape. The time is nearing. I can guarantee you.
So you serve as a legislator at the legislature there for 18 years.
12 years.
12 years, sorry. I've
been opposing them for 18 years plus.
Yes. So looking at the workings of the current legislature and considering the president's action, placing people into tenure position, even though there are people with active tenures, and the current disclosure by Honorable Yeke Koluba, all of these things, considering that, what do you think should be the legislature's stand at this time?
Let me come to the issue. Let me come to the issue of Honorable Koluba first. They held Honorable Koluba for 6 years. Joseph Boakai campaigned in Lofa County during the by-election, the May 10th senatorial election, with Honorable Koluba. In the 2022 election, Honorable Koluba paraded the entire Monrovia, all of areas. Yes. Things. And declared Boakai president. They didn't call him a madman. There were people, United Partisans, who ran from their districts and went to District 10 and believed that Yeke was the most important lawmaker to them, and they needed him. Now that he has shifted the pendulum to them, they call him madman. They call him crazy man. That's hypocrisy. One good thing Yeke is not insulting, he's not causing. Unlike what he did to President Weah, Yeke is not running after the issues. That's why he's running after. Yeke is asking Joseph Boakai where you took the money from to have party for your people in the district when you said you were broke. Where you took the $500,000 from to renovate your home. Where did you take money from to give to lawmakers to coupon and have it in my possession? These are the questions. These are legitimate, issue-oriented.
Even though he did not do this during the Weah's regime, but though he was hailed for that.
But you were hailed for me for the wrong thing by insulting. This time Yeke is saying, this is what I have in my possession, Mr. President. You're saying this international world, this is what I have in my possession. Okay? Look, I've said this, and I'm saying it in secret. The speaker will always be fought by the executive branch of government. Joseph Boakai will never forgive Thomas Fala, the deputy speaker. He will pretend with him. He will never feel comfortable with the speaker proper, Speaker Kofa, Fonati Kofa. He will fight him with everything he has. He will not relent. This man, I know who I'm talking about. I was in the legislature. He presided over the Senate. I know what he's capable of doing. I've interacted with Joseph Boakai. I've visited his office more than 3 different times and invited me to his office. I know exactly. I know Jeremiah Kuhn. We worked together for nothing less than 9 years as colleagues in the House of Representatives. I know how vindictive they are. I know the double speak. They have iguana tongue. You know iguana? The double tongue in the iguana mouth. They are iguanas. Okay, I know about that. In Liberia, we call it iguana. That's how we call it. But I know about that. And because I know them, I started the early warning long since that the only language, let me tell you this, that these people understand is political reciprocity.
You think that is better for our country?
The only is good to keep the country stable. You hold them on the basis of the issue and expose them. The way to fight, you need to fight, take the fight to that doorstep similarly. If you are in the opposition, if we're in the opposition, if we cannot hold them responsible, because these are the issues that flag against the CDC. Take for example, the budget they're debating today. There was a growth rate of 4 point something by 2021, 2022. Today, in the budget analysis, in the budget law analysis, they are talking about that growth. But they misled the people. They talk about the budget where they were increasing civil servant salary and restored the money people were making on no earning. And they will cancel harmonization. Harmonization is an act of the legislature. But today, Braga is yet to repeal harmonization. Today, the deception by the leadership of the Civil Service Association of the Republic of Liberia that our budget is presented by Braga and not even $20 is placed to increase civil servant salary, that the commitment that they made and civil servants voted for Joseph Braga. But the leadership of the civil servant remain mute. Their inability to condemn Braga refusal to increase.
And in the budget, I'm told there was an increment for the Ministry of Health. But in that increment, we did not see anything going to the GFD in Nimba County, Tapeta. We've not heard anything about the CH Rennie Hospital, where the now president as candidate in the 2023 election promised the people of Margiri County that he was going to ensure that the CH Rennie Hospital is built, because he said the statement or the decision of the former government to not rebuild that hospital since it got a fire was something that he could do when he got elected. But since he got elected, the budget did not reflect anything of the two that we
Let me say this to you. The budget, there will be opposition that will take on the budget. But just look at the budget. The 41 million that was passed, the first for the month of February, now 41 million. They had 2 million there for the 100 days. 2 million. In this budget, Braga is asking for over $20 million. I think between 20 to 22 million. And we're going like 60 days. The old man is asking for nothing less than $20 million United States dollars for a 100 days plan. He's yet to report.
It's like 40 days plus now.
Yeah, he yet to report on the first $2 million. But they are requesting for $20 million.
Maybe that could be additional.
No, not only that. By the time the budget will pass, maybe you will get 30 days. And they're requesting for that. They're making demand for that. And they ask for $2 million in the $41 million. Okay? So you can see the deception. Not only that. Braga said he needed a smaller government. So he said people working around ministry and agencies, some of them doing nothing there. He on record for that. But Braga is appointing more people than any government in the history of the country. He's creating more positions. The other men for trade and economic affairs. You in Delaware. The other man in Minnesota, they want appointed to Italy. Okay. Creating more deputy ministerial positions.
Another going to Canada.
Creating more, yeah, I just saying you know more, you appoint more. Some of them now they give them letter, but they're not announcing it. You know, they give him more letters now. They are not announcing. Except for confirmation of the Senate to the Senate. Some people that are being appointed are not announced. You see, there's a fight now at the place, the LRC, where they appointed 2 persons. Joseph Braga is sleeping. His son document, his son, 2 different to appoint 2 persons at the same position. One going to say, other one to over today. Okay. So I'm just trying to say to you that this budget does not work, because the same 5 million the place there for agriculture in the draft budget presented by President we are the same 5 million is there. There's no difference. And then they go to say we reduce the president budget. We reduce it. No. They put the money on the Ministry of Finance. They put the money on the domestic debts. They put the money on the international debts and other areas. They say I'm working on pool. They put money there. So that money, when they say asset recovery team, they can go take 1.9 million from there. That's the strategy. Now, how can you argue that you cut your budget? Why do you present it in less than what we presented? So if we presented 600,000 and we presented 800,000. Do you think that the money spent will be the same? It will not be the same because there's reduction. So once there's reduction, there will be reduction. The wage bill has gone up. Salary has not gone up. They have increased the wage bill. And the reason why Baker increased the wage bill, because he got to pay all of his cronies. The appointment he did in government, political patronage. He got to, the other man he brought, he said the man people wash up for him. So my man, you ambassador extraordinary. You put money there. The other man, you remember that time I was sick, he helped me too. So I appoint you a minister still with up portfolio for so and so thing. Go on, answer. Okay, so he appointed people to positions that he's creating. Okay, he has appointed more people in government in terms of to new positions and create a new position than any president in the history of the country to solidify his cronies. So the wage bill is up. The thing is that when the wage bill goes up, what do we expect? We expect that civil servant salary will go up. But even the people they dismiss, even the contractors they're taking on, even the supplementary workers they're taking on, the consultants they're taking on, that is seeing wage bill. That means our money stay there. Because the wage bill is now reduced. So if we're paying all those people in government workers, $10 million, for example, and Boya come and take some of them from on payroll, but he increases it from 10 million to 1 million. Why? When taking people out of contracts, when taking consultants out, when you say supplementary payrolls, other people you're taking them out. Why should the wage bill go up? Why? You journalists need to ask the most critical questions. Liberia is treading into a dangerous path. People feel aggrieved. People feel chased. People feel that certain group of people believe that this country belongs to them. The nation is doomed into chaos.
Let's forget about.
And people like us, if we don't speak out, where are the religious leaders today? Where are they? Where are the imam and the pastors, the bishops? Where are the human rights groups? Where are the civil society organizations? Where are our international partners? Why are they mute? Do they want this country to degenerate into chaos? When you say you want protest, then they say, oh, there's not time to protest. There's no time to protest now. To nip this in the butt and end this perceived chaos, we got to stand up. And we got to stand up now. We cannot run away from standing up.
Honorable Grace, just before we go to the line, because I want to give the callers more time to interact with you, and I'm sure you prepare for that. Just before we go to the line, you looking at the living condition of Liberians currently as we speak, the prices of commodities, some basic commodities. When the CDC took over, we heard about the issue of reducing tariff on chicken feed, mosquito coil, and other things we talked about. Now the Unity Party, the prices of basic commodities apparently increasing. Now, I'm just being informed by my Masano County correspondent that scratch card is being sold there now for $250 Liberian dollars.
The $1 scratch card.
Yeah, the $1 scratch card has been sold for $250. Cup of rice now is being sold for not anything less than $100 Liberian dollars. And even from Montserrado here,
and in less than 3 months, you used to say $50 or $40.
Yeah. So looking at all of these things, looking at them and judging from the living condition of Liberians, what are you thinking?
Under this administration, the people are suffering more.
You really think so? We're not hearing.
No, I will say this to you: people are complaining.
But during your days, they protested, but we're not hearing.
No. You see, because they wanted to protest automatically. Let me tell you this: that's the most dangerous thing when people don't speak up. People are complaining in the markets. Prices have gone up, and the most dangerous thing is to enforce many of the taxations on our people, especially the masses and the ordinary people. People to travel out of the country now, you got to pay $25 to the airport. I heard they say when you're going through the border, you will pay the money too.
For what?
And the budget, the president, they announced that $25 will be paid for revenue generation. They say, I don't know for what, so I think they talk about. I don't even, but they said $25 will be paid, that taxation. If they are collecting that money now, they are in violation. everything price is going up. The French, the American, and the cruel revolutions were a result of huge taxations. When the Bastille was stormed, where the French Revolution that said liberty, equality, and fraternity, it was a result of high taxation on the masses. And they stormed the prison cell. They went to the tennis court and took an oath and stormed the prison cell. The American Revolution of believe, obey, and fight has similar traces. The crew war, the resistance of the crew against the central government was a result of huge taxation. Joan Nimble and all opposed stood against central administration. This government, if you go to the port, some of the things we not used to have taxation on, they put restriction on it. I mean, they reinforcing the taxes. Today, our country is bleeding. The masses are crying. Basic commodities prices have gone up astronomically. 2 months, all of these things prices have gone up. The scratch card you used to buy $180 Liberian, you buy the $250 Liberian now. The rest used to buy $40, you buy it now according to you $100. From $40 or $50 to 100 Liberian dollars. Something is not happening right. President Boycott has to fulfill the commitments. The agriculture is no addition. That month the running way. We had the same 5 million, the poor 5 million. Liberians deserve living a better life. They voted our government on the power because they thought that Boycott was an opportunity, but they made a mistake. Because after 12 years in government, you saw what happened. You saw this country. For you to promise the people of the hospital, say, I will build a hospital, and you cannot put a dime in the budget for it, to promise civil servants, this is the cost of the debate. That those civil servants who wore United Party t-shirts, that those civil servants who campaign to bring Boycott to power, today Boycott has neglected them. Bribing lawmakers, some lawmakers with 4,500 coupon. When that money could be added to your money. Today, Boycott has failed to repeal the harmonization law. There's no civil servant salary.
Someone said that is trying to set the basis for that. Maybe he want to smooth the ground first and then
1 year. Let me tell you this. The budget that is presented, they boasted that they will have a budget of $1 billion. They said they are capable of doing that. They boasted that immediately when they come to power, they will cancel harmonization. They will reinstate. That means if you are making 5,000 hours before and will harmonize it to 3,000, you will get 5,000. That's why they argue. The only increment that has been done, that increment to the cronies that have been appointed, jobs, you go to Freeport, all the consultants say, well, they talk from people, they employ people there. Go there, they employ people there. I got a whole lesson. We announced that lesson. All over the country, the guys are acting as some Jacobins. You know, like the PRC talk over in 1980, people would just go to one ministry and say, I'm my own ministry here. That's what they are doing. They say, my man, you come down from Ghana. We'll get something for you. Who you go there? How in the world somebody will argue that in America or in Europe, I was making 10,000 US, you can't do that brother work for 2,000 US. And you still get mortgage to pay. It's a recipe for stealing. It's a serious recipe for stealing. And Boycott now is creating new political czars and czarinas. Group of guys who believe that they are untouchable. The EPS director has become a law unto himself. When last you heard any EPS director having press conference against the opposition? When last for the EPS director to say, go for private security? In other countries, he's fired. But Boycott is enjoying it. Probably the old man is old, as Prince Johnson said. And Akun will be running the show.
But do you really think Akun is running the show?
Oh, I know he appointing one of people to normally appointing one of people to, Prince Moyi appointing his one of people to. So like Yaka say, he say, what I told you see, Yaka is discussing the issues now. And Yaka says something. Yaka said, you can't be the same one appointing and the same one confirming. That conflict of interest. You recommending because you are on the vetting committee to recommend. You recommending for appointment, and you will be the same person to confirm those you recommended. That breach of the Constitution. The lawmaker can work in two branches of government, except by statute, like being on the board of colleges. Okay, so we are saying these things because we want this country to run smoothly. We don't in power. We don't have to tear the country down. No, we have no history of tearing this country down. We have no history of bringing war in this country. We went after them through the ballot boxes and we defeated them. They came back, they resurrected. We should run the country on the basis of desisting for chaos. We should run the country from the not to be vindictive, not to wish on people. The governance structure of the country, they claim to be the most experienced, but they are the most inexperienced group of people. When you can't ask somebody say you are in government for 2 years, you don't get moral standing. But I was in government for 40 years. What kind of standing here? And Kumwa there too for 2 years. In going 13 years now. What is standing? When I spoke for Nima beside 2023, all the time stay in the house. You dare, you name it areas in Nima, no money than our president. You name it areas of clinics or schools. No money there for Nima, but you get the vice president of the country coming from Nima country. Okay, they should be the most experienced people coming to power. Normally been there for a very long time. Pro-tem Kanga. Okay, so they have demonstrated to be the most inexperienced than even the PRC government. That's how inexperienced they are. So they're running the country on the basis of friendship. They're running the country on the basis of administrative ineptitude. Somebody drive and go to the NASCO office. They say the president appointed ORC. If the president appointed an officer in charge, it means the head of the entity ceased to exist. But the very president appointed the head of the entity to the board as secretary. And to be secretary to that board, you must be the head of the entity. Then the men say ORC, they carry him now as deputy. They later dismissed that they play the carry Mofi County as deputy. I heard 300,000 exchange hands. I heard around the ministry, around the presidency, 300,000 exchange hands
for the position.
To maintain the position. I'm hearing it's a lash. Let me put a quote unquote. So they sacrifice the lady and say, okay, Mofi go as the deputy, send a Unity Party lawyer, Larry or Vabomu, remain there. Why? The lady said, my boss is on the line. He said he's not aware. He said the executive marshal say it's not true. And I believe it. Why do I believe it? Because the man maintained his job on the Baga up to today's date. And Baga appointed him as the secretary to the board. And maintained him as the head of the entity. And dismissed the case insubordination. The greatest insubordination is when you send an ORC, an officer in charge, then the officer in charge cannot take office up to today's date, and the man with the officer in charge will replace the man instead that he doing business with the man. That's the greatest insubordination. Baga insulted himself. The gross insubordination is the president himself to himself. That's the gross insubordination. It's not the lady. Because the president let us say that Akaros Gray, the head of this radio station, Mr. Akaros, we get Oliver come and take over the radio station officer in charge in the meantime. Oliver does not take over. I stay there, and you still doing business with me. But the lady who said, I'll listen to what my boss got to say, because the entity is still being run by my boss. You say the woman they respect that, you say you fire out. Because you said that person work, you can't work. Then the man from Lace on a Josh Weir. You say anything now you see in here, Josh Weir, you won't see it. The man who gave you 2 cars, brand new car. The man who paid your hospital bill and flew you all a year. The boy who flew Joseph Brackeye Joseph Ta, to Roy Allen, Baga dismissing. Baga dismissed the man 3 weeks ago. Going to Oman. Baga, that how cruel and vindictive this woman is. These are the issues that we are discussing. We're not discussing insulting president. We need to insult president. Because Baga led to yet insulting. Though that old man was not insulting. We're telling the truth. We'll weigh feet to the fire. He has shown incompetence in the governance process of our country and being extremely vindictive.
Okay, Honorable Gray, let's acknowledge Crime Stoppers Liberia. Crime Stopper is our partner here on the program. So after that, we will pick calls right here on to this edition of the show. We have with us here former Montserrado County District 8 Representative Honorable Moses Akaras Gray, who also served as the House's Committee Chair on Executive. He's here with us. So when we return after this, we take calls right here on the program, the Freedom Hub. My name is HAGGAI.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands. Call the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you must talk it. I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stoppers Liberia is our partner here on the Freedom Hub right here. So 0776 104 104 plus 231 886 500 104. The numbers you can call us on right here and be a part of the program, the Freedom Hub right here. Hello. Walk away from the radio. No, I can't continue with this. Let me pick this one. Hello, what's up?
Yeah, good afternoon, Ita, and let me say good evening to the general himself, General Moses Akaras Gray. This is very key.
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, the football defender. So we remain defending the football because it is meant to be defender. This government is very much in depth. I think what they have proven over the last few months has shown the Liberian people that these people do not have the experience. They work a lot about everything until he ascended. Even in his presidency, he continues to lie to the Liberian people. And Honorable Gray just said it right. You know, one guy and his bunch of gangsters who have come to steal from the Liberian people, the budget submitted. But then we are submitted $625 million budget. He submitted $692 million. But within that money, the Ministry of Finance has huge budget than the real budget. And it is only meant to to accommodate and give money to those guys who brought into the country, making them ministers, assistant minister. And in fact, the inheritance you have gone far today. You saw what happening now at the level of the LRC. You saw the one at the Ministry of Information, where you have Deputy Minister for Tourism, you have Assistant Minister for Tourism. That is to tell you how Waka is very much inept. He do not have the leadership skill. This old man lie about everything, and he continues to lie even at the executive manager. So, like, very people should brace ourselves for the kind of hard time we are finding. We are talking about Sano County. Right here in Bomi County, cup of rice is being sold for $100. Right in Bomi County, or you talking about Sano? Right in Bomi County, cup of rice is being sold for $100.
And we are still in the dry season.
Yeah, we stay in the dry season. And even in Monrovia come to red light, the 3 chicken feet. Usually for going to noise about what they play, how they selling 5 chicken feet for $50. 3 chicken feet is being sold for $50 in the market. So why DJ Falcon is not speaking on that today? So I think we just commend the general. They should continue to do more of these conversations, have more of these conversations with the Liberian people, so the Liberian people can get to understand what some of them put in.
Thank you, David. Let me pick Rosetta Sonkali, then I go to the other line. Hello, Rosetta, what's up? Go ahead.
Let me tell you, welcome to the general here. And general, I appreciate you there, even for your talking point. Like, all the issues you touch on is the fact of, but we are approaching the 100 day for improvement labor to say you might want that. And you know that almost when you started your previous conversation, before the general put interest. Look at the price of everything. How much everything has gone on to when you buy a friend at something, you receive $80. They're connecting to reach that self, they can see, because that's why the family is moved up. They will not outside us. Those that stand will outside us. All they are doing now is to wish more people for on the payroll. If you get your exercise for it all, in your ministry, I to wish more that they can take that money to fill that party in for so that they can go and make use of it after that season. So after that season, they will definitely bury the party or the party.
Okay, Rosetta, let me pick Masisi. Masisi, what's up? Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
Masisi, you live. What's up? Go ahead.
Okay, this is how to my general. This is Masisi General. I cannot do it. This is how to you. No, I saw I said it all. You know that man was drowning in poverty here for 6 years after he left power. He was drowning in poverty. That man went in government for someone years. There's no experience to the leadership. Nothing he can show. The thing is the president, we are suffering, y'all. That's what happened, no happening. People are dying. Just imagine, I have to say, hey, people road. I don't want to leave that there. When you go and review that money, that worker can happen. You're going to tell people that we are government, that we are killing people. You took the power attention, the power wicked, the government was there, government was that, so there you get the power. You don't see it's about. So they will sorry, national government, so there's no quarry. We are living on the quarry and sending our left poverty there to survive. No more than get survive.
Okay.
We are begging people. And you're talking about us talking about other people. All right. To tell them for opposition.
All right.
And then you can't leave the country.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me pick Amos Morris. Hello? Amos? Hello? No, Amos. I'm getting myself from the back. Let me pick this other person. Hello? Yeah, you live. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Ben of Faith, calling from the U.S.
Okay.
To be precise, on the highway of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, the question I got for every Liberian there, why will Liberian leave from America that everywhere they got job facility, symbols are placed there, even on trucks, cars, billboards, to go over there and look for the job taken from the poor people? Why will Liberians support these kind of people to come and say that job here? Come back, pay your bills. Credit card bill you use, come back, work, pay for it. Liberia job they go for it, that's stealing. So let them look at that other direction. All the other one, it was there. But the Liberians are leaving from the US here, going to look for a job over there. It's too disgraceful and shameful.
Okay.
God bless Liberia.
Thank you so kindly. Let me pick Amos Morris. Amos, what's up? You live?
Yeah, hey God, good evening. How you doing?
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, Honorable Gray, how you doing? This is Amos Morris. You know, there were a lot of mistakes made. Today we are seeing what is happening. But Honorable Gray, one thing I can assure you, I mean, you spoke well. I would love to see you continuing at this time in the national legislature, but unfortunately, you did not. And I hope that you will continue to encourage yourself that the leadership of this country rests on people like we all. Let me say this, Honorable Gray. What we see in the first 3 months of the administration, nothing going to change. And I want to register this to you. Do not count on the United States, because in the first place, there should have not been or even a CDC government. Okay, they see it as a mistake. So the only thing you guys, we all can do now in this country, like you guys are doing, continue what you're doing. But I can assure you, do it in a conscious way, because the reason of the misstep of the administration is to see people like you at Carlos Green, other potential guys being arrested for funny petty stuff. So you guys just have to be yourself, maintain the ground politically. You go after the issue. But anything on the contrary, these guys know exactly what they are doing. The inclusion that you guys accepted yesterday for the 6th year, Barker benefited, the administration currently benefited from it. So they know that including you people into the administration will be a beneficiary to you guys. They know that. So even if they will go for the simple that wear CDC t-shirt, they will do it because they benefited from it. So they will not allow you to benefit from it. The only thing now is, do not count on the American. You see Burkina Faso today, we are friends, they are progressing. The world has seen that to be one of the fastest growing economies. Niger, Guinea, all those countries that Africans have decided to stand up for themselves. You see the progress made. And that's the path the CDC administration were on. But how did we slip to get to where we are? So it's a learning process for everyone on. There was a need for us to hold each other as brothers and sisters, but we saw some differences. But it's over now. Now we are at where we are. The only thing now we can do is to recalibrate, like the former president said. Honorable Gray, I mean, I got great respect for you, and you guys have to work for the Liberian people. There are millions of Liberian people who are disappointed because of the weird administration losing the election. People die on that day when the president conceded. So if you guys do not see this important to the Liberian people that something is missing out of that country, then I don't know where we're heading.
Okay.
I just want to leave you with these few words. Thank you very much.
Thank you so kindly, Amos Morris. Let me pick this other caller. Hello? Hello? No, you can't.
Yeah, hey God, good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead. You live.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah.
You live. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Me say good evening to Honorable Gray. This is Query Abraham B. I'll call you from an ERW rental room.
I mean, right here. They're calling me on WhatsApp.
Hey God, you know, all these things are happening in this administration. They are not a surprise to us. It's like the book is that a literature book.
No, the time is something. Yeah, I can't hold people on the line here today because there are too many persons trying to make their way through the line. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening, Higa and Honorable Gray.
Go ahead, my brother. You live.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle. I come from under the street like Johnsonville. And let me say thanks to the honorable man for the fascinating discussion this evening. And for us, what is going on, they are not saying to us, to our people, that Joseph Walker presidency will be a serious calamity and disaster for Liberia. Look at today how the whole country has turned into a hopeless society. Everything prices are escalated. He's not even focusing on that because his mental capacity does not fit in this particular modern day pluralistic democracy. Then you can talk about as we that ever existed in Liberia, you Joseph Parker, will come and start with something our people. You just see that we'll sit down and allow you and your corrupt government official. Look at Martin Cody. What Martin Cody looted, the student money for the University of Liberia campus. He escaped in the name of seeking political asylum. Martin Cody is very much corrupt. You got Emmanuel Gonga. These are the people that are going to stand in front of our government official. You're just joking.
Thank you.
The puppet did not come to this particular presidency to transform Liberia.
Thank you.
He just rescued himself.
Thank you. Let me leave you at that. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
You're live on the radio. Please be brief.
I'm Ricky Niveri calling from San Jose area.
Go ahead.
I can see the emotion in the former honorable, because
the man is still honorable. He's a former
former
representative.
honorable enough.
Okay, she said I want to we here to open Panduran boss. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
You live on the radio. Go ahead.
All right, thank you very much, Matthew Smith, the speaker of the Concerned Motorcycle Advocates Group.
Go ahead, my brother.
I want to say hello to our former lawmaker. One of us, we are really missing house because he wanted to talking lawmaker, and we pray that 2020 now we're still carrying back.
Okay.
I want to say thank you to Honorable Gray. He deliberated on the ills in the government that are affecting the Liberian people. And we, as a we are not expecting the ruling party to speak to the ill, to speak against our own government. So our expectation is for the opposition lawmakers to speak against the ill that are affecting the government going against the citizen. We're in internal position. Now we have the citizen lawmakers in numbers in our house. The speaker is a sedition, the deputy is a sedition, the ways means the finance is a sedition. He just means things. Okay. Now, based on all of these things, and where the former lawmaker are, so I want to ask him: are you disappointed in seditious makers are in the house? If yes, then what are those are you very disappointed in? So thank you very much for having me on the show.
Thank you. Go ahead. This caller, what's up? You live on the radio. Be fast.
Thank you for giving me such a brilliant opportunity. And let me take what easy to my leader, my mentor, and my teacher, Honorable Moses Ascara Green. What's up, honorable? Always honorable. For the recognition for the public, I'm Poka. Thank you for my magnificent recognitions. I'm Poka Rabbit. And I told you from a public corner in your community this easy. You know, we don't play the recognize and attitude of Mr. Poka. Because Mr. Poka is enjoying the magnificent of definite George Weah. She's enjoying the magnificent of President George Weah. What does that mean by that? President Poka does not deserve what he is. But because President Weah has given job value, it is not like people are getting President Poka job. It is not like people getting job. No. When you call President Poka and put George Weah, you read, trust me, there will be a catastrophic. President Poka will beat it massively. But because of the magnificent of George Weah, what Poka to power today, and you clearly very constitutionally.
Okay, Poka, we don't have time. Let me pick this other person from the international line. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
You live. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Higa. And Honorable Gray, how you doing, man? Brother. Yeah, thank you, Higa, for the show. And my issue here, Honorable Gray, thank you for your service to the Liberian people. But my question here has to do with the Boka administration. Today, previous government were removed from power because of corruption. But
wow. The internet. The internet is yeah. So we'll replace this with this local line. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Chief.
You live on the radio. Please be brief.
Yeah, good evening to General Gray, as well as this game on the national chairman of the Council of Advocates. Yes, the General spoke lengthily down on a very issue surrounding the horse and issue of the Koluba and the record honor thing. But this is not a surprising. Two people earlier that this was not a rescue, but a rescue. It was on a rescue mission. But it's still to listen to what was doing. Honestly, the old man have violated all of the laws. In fact, even a promise is made to the people, they have said clear out a voice that cannot continue with this. So if you cannot leave us, you have to leave us. We want to remind you about the
1930. What happened in 1930 to Charles Dickens as President Ellen Yancey on December 2 and December 3, the both of them resign. Automatically, it will be drawn to the Jeremiah Parku and Jose Nima Baka regime. We want to tell our protest, we will not take it lightly. We are campaigning fully from market to market.
Okay, let me pick my Helena. My Helena, go ahead. I'm running out of time. That's why you see I want you to be brief.
Hello, Gondah.
My Helena, go ahead.
Hello. Astara Green, hello, Bapta, Astara, Nessie, you that you're not in the house. Stop talking men like that, the kind of people. Look, you know, when nothing happy, I really miss you. Hey, fight me, stay right to me, Papa. For I know God will make a way out of no way. Let me just cut it short. But I think he can't here to do what he to us. Why you a liar? He lying on himself. He will not make it to can deceive us to do all kinds of things here. He will pay back that thing to can talk about training position, do all kinds of things. Why he talk about 100 days full benefit, he didn't give him a full, he doing all kinds of things, can't pay there, and can't really country here that room there. I see you.
All right. Thank you. Let's pick this one. Hello.
Yeah, this is the rescue defender.
You said the rescue what?
The rescue defender.
Okay, Mr. Defender, go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, the first thing first, my brother.
The rescue defender is not a real name. You care to please?
No, I'm Ricky Miveri, rescue defender, Ricky Miveri. One of a great number personally. But the issue is you control the show. When people call and try to give the point, give them the space.
This is not a Pandora box. You care to please go ahead and tell us why you call for, Chief?
I'm calling from Balance Estate, but let me go to the point.
Go ahead.
Whether Honorable Green like you or not, because when I say former representative, then you get problem with you.
But you don't know the difference between the former representative. Why you can call people who have not been elected as lawmaker honorable. Why you call them honorable?
No, they are honorable because they are in the position. When you are former honorable, you don't
because you lack doing research. I'll cut you off.
Let's go to the point. Before you get problem.
Go ahead.
The issue is whether you like it or not. The assay record thing will carry on the work. We don't waste something anybody.
So they not waste something now because you're not close to them. You're talking at you. You're not getting nothing. Yeah, go ahead.
Tell me, my brother. If you don't want to give me the space, you can cut me off. That's sure.
I think I will end up doing that because you don't even get a reason why you call. Hello. Okay, you can hold the line for me, please. Hello. You live. Go ahead. 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not calling from SKD.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what happened here? What happened to us today? But it's good that everyone are all learning sense because most of our opinion, even honorable that I used to do, everyone of them could have been able to what we do today. They lose our lose the election. The other thing everyone they could have been there. So how we do it?
Okay.
But they could have been there. Everyone on the panel.
All right, thank you. Let's pick this one. I think your message has gone far. Hello.
Thank you very much. Let me say the pleasant good evening to you, good evening to your guests in studio.
30 seconds.
Yeah, my name is Hussein Kewu, and I phone from our Jacob Town in District 2.
Now the man I said beggar rice still being sold for 3,300.
No, maybe you misunderstood me. And yeah, so I said 3,300 at the time I bought it. So I think people have been speculating with that. Hussein Kewu say register no.
Hussein, you don't want to be sincere to your conscience, but go ahead.
So no, let me make my point quickly, right? Now, I listen to Representative Great, and you know, now when I'm sitting, I'm a little bit confused about some of the points he's trying to make. Now, there was a point in time we saw CDC in the last 6 years. They have every authority to audit the Salif government, but yet they fail to do so. And then when the president, we have one president, we have took over, they started access to correcting who was after Johnson, all right? Now we saw people who were going after government assets.
Is Councillor Arthur Johnson a politician?
He has to be a politician. He's a lawyer. He was hired by the president.
Those who were appointed by Bwaka, are they lawyer or independent individuals, you think?
Who determines an independent person? So let me make my point, right? Arthur Johnson was appointed by President Weah. He's a lame lawyer. Now, get the reasons why he resigned. He said the president did not give him the political will. So he had to resign, and in fact, he qualified by saying there was no support, financial support coming from the government. So if this government have funded the other recording, the Representative Gray is crying baby.
So your own request for 1.9, you're not getting it?
Also, so you expect me to say have given it.
But that's how to make it public now. You can't be talking about asset recovery team, then you a clandestine team talking about.
But I had the Prime Minister of the Consular General to take the change.
But then you can't inform about your own government. So yeah, I think I will, Honorable Gray, I will stop here and go back to you for your response.
Many persons are here defending science now. It's not about the issues. The first thing is that nobody is saying that asset recovery is a crap. I've never said that on the station. I said when you restrict it and you decide to put a group of politicians who have our issues with people of the CDC and you put them to go after those people, then the institution that you have established become a political institution to wish on other people. That's the argument. The argument is not whether to create an asset recovery team is wrong. The next argument on the issue of the asset recovery team that we raise and civil societies have raised is usurping the function of the LSCC and even the Ministry of Justice. They are creating these institutions. Those are the issues that we raise. And taking politicians to run after politicians, which are very genuine and legitimate issues to be raised. So when the other guy said we, he ain't right. For me, he's right. That's why I want him to talk. We means Unity Party. It doesn't mean Liberia. So he said, we'll go after them. He said, nothing will stop us. You understand? So I mean, the Unity Party is destined when you lay people in the Unity Party, or some of them call themselves opinion leaders speaking in that direction. It means it's something that they've concocted. It's something that they're going to execute. And I've said, anything that thwart the laws of the Republic of Liberia, you have to bring the police to shoot at my house. I've said that. I'm not running away from that. People know I was great. I don't miss statements, skip those statements. And I've said, I don't want to be on record again. We are running into time where there will be a protest. People are not talking much, but we've been consolidating behind the scene a lot. The 15 political subdivision of Liberia, people will rise up to the occasion in every county. Again, the thing the area women were doing that small thing. They will break in this country, and you hear people protesting in Nemao. You hear people in Lofa. You say, oh, the protesting in Lofa. You hear in Grand Kipan, in Grand Jide, in Maryland, in all the counties.
Them so that they don't escalate into.
I'm saying this to you, and let me repeat. We will protest. We use no extra constitutionality or constitutional activities. No, nothing extra. We use the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. We use every legislation of the Republic of Liberia. We use international laws.
Are you aware of the King George incident?
What happened in King George was execution of our people by the police. Do we support that? No, we don't support that. Had that been
It's very important. The will of the people must be respected. They will fight to death. I can tell you that. If any CDC lawmaker believes, whether be a speaker, whether be a deputy speaker, whether be a member of the legislature, believe that these people will do business with you and they will take you somewhere, they are schemers. Today, when I listen to Richard Kuhn, that's not Richard Kuhn I know. Richard Kuhn is a meek guy when he started insulting. And when I listen to my own lawmaker, you know, from district number 8, because he and Richard always hanging out. When I heard not only Yaki, but other people said they were distributing the money in Koga office. And Koga said that printing business, he called our lawmaker in the office.
Printing?
Yeah, to print, he running in Nima County. And the man get printers. So I know Koga very well. Koga will say, take that money and do some printing for me. Okay, you can take my own money. I know Koga very well. These are people that I've dealt with. Kuhn is guilty. Kuhn, I know Kuhn very well. I know Richard Kuhn. I'm talking about Representative Richard Kuhn. I'm not talking about Jeremiah Kuhn. I know Richard Kuhn and I, we have had one of the greatest bonds in the legislature. He spoke as guilty. That issue of bribery is of international concern. The opposition need to elevate it. The legislature need to take action because it bears on the repetition of the legislature. And I disagree with Benedict when he said we went to leadership. No. The rules of the legislature say when you go to the executive session, you can't say what happened in executive session. They didn't say when you go to leadership meeting. Nobody must sugarcoat. Joseph Boyka bribed the people. The minister of state signature is on that document. The Ahoy Yakaja went to the police station. Okay, I don't know to take the man there or something like that. But I want to tell you this. When there's bribery issue, we hitch in the truth. This particular bribery issue, we hitch because
is that the CDC own way of fighting?
It's not CDC. I'm not speaking for CDC. Okay, I'm not a spokesperson for CDC. You invited me as a former representative of the city to express.
But you are a star of the CDC.
Yeah, I'm a star of the CDC.
And you can make
I'm now a national executive. No, I'm not a national executive committee member anymore of the CDC. Okay, but the opinions that I express are my opinion. When the party speaks through the chairman of the Secretary General, now pick up that mandate. My position does not represent the CDC. Okay, I'm speaking as a librarian with that voice, and I can guarantee you, one morning, peacefully, Joseph Boyka will wake up and people will be in the street. We demand
unannounced.
We don't have unannounced. We already announced a date, and we'll have a press conference. I told you we know we've been delaying the press conference. Okay, we get into the streets of Monrovia. We're not demanding Boyka to step down. It's not our job. The people must go to the ballot boxes and take him out at the end of his own tenure. If the lawmaker want to impeach him and they have the record, we'll support them to impeach him because it's constitutional to do so. But I can guarantee you'll be surprised. There will be the element of surprise in this country. Hammerbird used to enter a room during those days, you know, and then he got defeated in 202 BC at the Battle of Zama. There will be a protest. We only been a little bit quiet because we're talking behind the scene and we reach the level of mobilizing the counties.
Just on 30
don't
seconds.
Be surprised to see Nima in the protest.
Just on 30 seconds.
I don't want to tell you, don't be surprised to see Nima County.
Nima is part of Liberia, though.
No, I want to tell you that a stronghold. Don't be surprised to see Lofa in the protest because we've designed a strategy that one morning, okay, peacefully, we assemble throughout the country. We're not we're not break down homes. We're not cause chaos. We'll never do that. We'll never bring down the government, but Boyka will wake up and hundreds of thousands of people, the security will call the people out today. Okay, we will be out demanding justice in our country. We'll be out demanding that the flagrant violation of our constitution, enough is enough. We'll be demanding and criticizing extrajudicial killing. We'll be demanding that the bribery case involving our lawmaker must be investigated. We'll be demanding Boyka to take some actions, and there will be actions taken. If those actions are not taken, we are prepared to stay into the streets.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just on a,
It will not be the
seconds.
Arab Start issue.
Just on
no,
a,
it will not be
just
the
on
Arab
30
Spring.
seconds.
But I can guarantee you that the old men must begin to worry now and worry now.
Just on a 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Imagine you being a lawmaker at this time, considering all of the issues you've raised. Imagine you
No, I don't want to imagine.
Will you
No, I
don't
want to imagine because I'm now a lawmaker. The people of District 8 decision, I respect that decision. I know they will regret at the end of the day, but I respect the decision of the people and I support the decision of the people.
Okay.
I don't have to be a lawmaker. I have a platform. Okay. There's no journalist in the Republic of Liberia that doesn't want to invite Akaras Gray to a program or speak to Akaras Gray on national issues. We made ourselves, we're Assistant Secretary General, and we made our position very powerful and became Secretary General. We transformed the dialectics of Liberian body politics and taught young people how to be consistent as the Northern Star.
Okay.
So you can't take that away from former Representative Gray.
Okay.
Today you cannot take it. Tomorrow you cannot take it. And I want to say thank you very much. And thank you to those that listen. The sugar ends can go on their Facebook and insult now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. The voice of former Montserrado County District 8 Representative Honorable Akaras Moses Gray right here, taking us home onto this edition of the program. In whatever you do, put Liberia first. His party message: the president should begin worrying by now because one morning he will wake up. I don't know whether it will be on a Sunday, the worship day, or maybe on a Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but one morning, the president will wake up to the news of protests across Liberia. Oh my goodness, I don't pray for that day. That's what I pray, that the president can be called to order by the legislature. So until I'm back here, it's on Wednesday. Oliver Kine and Princess Alessa Avenger Colley will be here on tomorrow. The name is HAGGAI GONDAH. Honorable Akaras Moses Gray have been here. And yes, it was quite an interesting time. That's why I sat back and gave me the time to explain, to talk to you. So yes, let's pray for our country. Let's pray for the peace of Liberia. I'm out of here, folks.